I say, the number one strategy you got to adopt for this is to come from a place of providing value. So what does that mean? Providing value here means you know to understand one is a lot of people today, any prospects, they're always seeking value, even if they're not ready for business yet. What does that mean? Every prospect, maybe you're talking to your operations head, or maybe you're talking to a chief information officer, or a CTO, or a business owner. They may not be ready for your business, but they are still ready for any information which helps their business. Now, that's the value. If you offer certain information which helps them do their business better, they are always welcome that. But they may not be ready to pay money to buy a product or service, but they are interested in the information which is value, what we say. Now, how you can offer this value is you go to that's why ask always before you reach out to any cold prospects, what value have you given them? Have you shared something to them? Have you shared any insights to them which makes them trigger or stimulate an interest on how to solve a problem they are facing? Or what value you offer during the meeting so that their time is also spent. You got to also communicate. If you're asking somebody a 15 minutes time, what is that you're promising that they will get out of this meeting? So these two questions, if you ask before starting any cold email outreach, it makes a huge difference in your success. Now, there are ways you can offer value is obviously seeking appointments from time is, again, this is one of the principle of reciprocity we talked about, where asking what value you offer to buyers so far or can offer in the appointment, not what you offer after doing business with you, is so he's willing to give his time. So this is the principle of reciprocation. That means you get a right to ask somebody their time only if you share something useful to them. So maybe an insight, maybe a content, maybe something which is a problem where you can demonstrate. So they are interested to maybe speak to you. So you got to, that's a law of reciprocity as we said. You want to share something and then only you get the right to ask them something in back. And top performers, if you see, they do this consistently. They gain the trust of your prospects by demonstrating they understand a lot of things about the problem or challenges. And also they build that expertise by offering contents to demonstrate how clients with similar challenges solve problems and achieve significant ROI. As you can see, the social proof of sharing how others are solving the problem, that's a huge value to many clients, but also an authority saying that, demonstrating authority that you know very well about the industry and you have some insights to share. That's a very important. So these are again some of the influencing factors what we discussed in previous video, which can be actually used to build relationship, develop trust with your prospects. And one very important way which you can build trust or relationship with your prospects is when you share insights. That's because here is a graph which shows buyers' openness to insights is always high. People are always looking to do something better on their own. They are trying to see if there is something they can understand which helps them to do their job better. And if you share any insight around that, people really regard you as very high and they start trusting you. And when you ask them a time, they are willing to share with you. And that's where you got to share some insights whenever you get a chance in all your communication. And way to build your expertise, authority is when you share content, we say. So we talked about the value, but the best way to share value is by sharing some content. Here is a list of some contents where information content we say and transaction content. And information content is mostly research content. It can be used from third party or a paradigm shifter, something through a different perspectives you're trying to give, or problem awareness contents. Whereas when it comes to transaction content is more about exact, which comes from your own business. You have developed maybe a case studies or some success stories or checklists, toolkits, or competition reports, how your product is better than competitor, what are parameters, or maybe even a latest updates of products or services which you have done. So these are something which is your own business content, but there is also an information content you can use it, which you can share it to your prospects. So as you can see, there is the whole idea of this sharing content helps you to provide a lot of value. It helps you to build trust and authority with your prospects. So that's the whole idea of why you got to start from a value perspective when it comes to doing cold prospecting.